Greetings, all you Jacks and Jennets, and welcome to your Daily Dose of Donkey with Ginger. It's your boy, the Viking Donkey, bringing you the Donk Nation Power Rankings, the Donk Nation Power Index. It's that time of week. We get to see who's moving up in the world, who's moving down in the world. Was there any changes in the top 10 between Gingy's Laskers or the Donk Nation Power Index? We'll see. Let's start off like we do every week. The biggest movers this week are the Jacksonville Jaguars going up 5 after their big win over the Titans, and the Pittsburgh Steelers falling down 4 after a heartbreaking loss to the Baltimore Ravens. So let's go ahead, start at the bottom of the list. We'll go 32 through 20 of the Power Index pretty quickly. And let's start at the bottom. Houston Texans staying where they belong. They gave a good effort versus Dallas, but they just can't seem to find a win. At this point, winning the game really wouldn't hurt them, so they should be trying to at least find one. Chicago Bears right above them. A bye week, nothing to say. Above them, you have the Arizona Cardinals. They had an injured Murray. Even though a healthy James Conner came back, scoring TDs, not enough to get the job done this week with a loss. Rams right above them actually get a huge win with a minute 45 to go, no timeouts, down 6. Baker Mayfield goes ahead and gets the job done on Thursday night fake football. Only 2 days to prep for Baker, got the job done. Good for him out there, showing some things. Colts were on a bye week, so nothing to say about them. Denver, right above them, finally gets the offense going, but Russ Wilson takes a vicious hit that knocks him out of the game, and even with the offense scoring 28, not enough as the defense struggles this time in a loss to Kansas City. Above them, you got New Orleans on a bye week, nothing to say there. Pittsburgh coming right above that. Kenny Pickett knocked out in what should have been the first series, but got to play a second series, and then turnover. Trubisky comes in and throws 3 INTs, and I guess we know now why the Steelers never threw the ball over the middle when Trubisky was in there, because he can't read a dropping linebacker to save his life. Right above the Steelers, you got 2 teams that are on a bye week, Green Bay and Atlanta right after them. Coming in at 22, you got Carolina. They've been trending with Sam Darnold ever since he took over, and they got another win this week in Seattle against a pretty good team there. Vegas Raiders come in at 21. That's their 4th loss when leading by 13 plus points. That's a new NFL record. Not something you want to see, though. The Cleveland Browns coming in number 20. Still no offense in the loss to Cincinnati. Maybe it's good for them that Watson is able to shake off the rust going into next year, but the hope that he would come and save this team, they might have been better off with Jacoby Brissett. Let's go 19 through 11 now, starting with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The big win versus Tennessee this week keeps their slim playoff hopes alive, but got to keep trending upwards. Trevor Lawrence trending upwards. Tampa Bay Buccaneers slide a little bit to 18. The defense now is getting exposed with all those injuries, and losing to a third-string quarterback in San Francisco, and not very impressive out there. But hey, someone has to win that division. Chargers come in right above the Buccaneers with a big win to keep the playoff hopes really strong there, taking down the Miami Dolphins. Detroit jumping up. They're winners of 5 of their last 6. Don't count out the Lions just yet in the NFC playoff picture. Tennessee Titans right above them at 15. This is a team that just can't seem to score any points. Has been a problem for them for a long time, and their defense isn't as good as it's been in the past. The Seattle's right above them at 14 with a painful loss to the Panthers. Geno Smith showing a little bit of cracks in the armor there. Giants coming in at 13. This is a team that got blown out by a better Philly team, and the Giants are really starting to show who they are when they play good teams. Jets right above them at 12. Again, no offense. I believe Wilson's going to move up to the number 2 quarterback, but they're going to not put him back into the starting lineup, but that offense still has nothing going. Above them is Washington. They moved up 4 spots by just being on a bye week, and the teams above them losing. So let's get to the top 10. We're starting with number 10, a top 5 defense in the New England Patriots. They took it to Arizona in primetime on Monday night. That defense, that running game got the job done. They come in at number 10. At number 9, you got the Miami Dolphins. Painful loss against the Chargers. Tua didn't have a great game, and possibly bigger problem, Tyreek Hill leg injury. Hopefully it's nothing serious and something that doesn't really sideline him for much. Minnesota's right above them. The loss to Detroit kind of makes this Minnesota team feel like they're a bunch of frauds in all honest opinion. Right above them, you got the Baltimore Ravens with a second string who turned into a third stringer after an injury, being able to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot of times, like I said last week with them, you got to win those games when your starting quarterback isn't there, and well, they won a typical Ravens-Steelers game with a score of 16-14. Right above them is the Cincinnati Bengals beating the in-state rival Browns, but a couple wide receiver injuries with Higgins and who else got hurt? Tyler Boyd got hurt in that game. Number 5 comes your Kansas City Chiefs. The defense is improving. No, it's not. It gives up 28 points to the Broncos that can't score. But you know what? They won because that offense with Patrick Mahomes, always deadly. San Francisco moving up. Another week with a devastating injury to Deebo Samuel this time, but winning with a third-string quarterback against another division leader like the Buccaneers always will get you in the positive momentum probably. Dallas comes in at number 3. They struggled versus the Texans, which makes you start to question Dak, but they got the job done, and I believe they just added T.Y. Hilton, so possible help coming in there. Buffalo at number 2. Consistency is really the question here with the Bills. As you see good games, you see bad games. Not a lot of offense, but beat the Jets with great defense. And is Von Miller's injury going to start showing its head more and more? And then at number 1, you got Philly. And honestly, at this point, I think with Philly being the number 1 team in the power rankings, the only question is Jalen Hurts going to be able to withstand a full season, which other running quarterbacks who are smaller haven't been able to do? You want to look at Kyler Murray, you want to look at Lamar Jackson, both guys who have missed a lot of time. Can Jalen Hurts be the exception and keep himself healthy? So that's the Donk Nation Power Index. And let's go ahead and move down to Gingy's top 10. We'll start from 10. We'll get it all the way to 1. Gingy goes New York Jets, Baltimore Ravens, Miami Dolphins, Cincinnati Bengals, San Francisco 49ers, the Minnesota Vikings at 5, Kansas City Chiefs at 4, the Dallas Cowboys at 3. I really find this funny because everyone has the same top 3. Buffalo Bills at 2, Philadelphia Eagles at 1. Go over to Laskers, we have the LA Chargers at 10, Miami at 9, Baltimore at 8, San Francisco at 7, Cincinnati at 6, Minnesota at 5, Kansas City at 4, Dallas, Buffalo, Philly. You know, like I said, the same top 3. Really funny because honestly, the only teams that were different, while they're in different spots on every power ranking, but each power ranking from Gingy, Laskers, and the Power Index all had a different team at number 10 with, Gingy with the Jets, Laskers with the Chargers, and the Power Index with New England, and we'll round out the rest of the Power Index in case you forgot. That's Miami, Minnesota, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Kansas City, San Francisco, Dallas, Buffalo, Philadelphia. So, what does that mean for your Donk Nation Power Rankings this week? The Power Rankings start with number 10, a 3-way tie between your New York Jets, LA Chargers, and New England Patriots, as no one dropped out of the top 10, but we have 2 new teams in the top 10, so that was kind of a fun thing for this week. The Miami Dolphins dropped down 1 spot this week to come in at number 9. Your Baltimore Ravens move up 1 spot to come in at number 8. Cincinnati Bengals hold strong at 7. Minnesota Vikings dropping 4 to come in at 6. The 49ers moving up 1 to get into that top 5. The Chiefs moving up 1, getting oh so close to the top 3. Dallas Cowboys holding on for dear life at number 3. Your Buffalo Bills are moving up 2 spots, but they're not really pressing to get that number 1 spot, as that's held by the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think even if they lose a game, unless it's like crazy blowout, they will probably stay there. That is Laskers, Gingy, the Donk Nation Power Rankings, the top 10s, or what the Power Rankings is. That's the Power Index, 1 to 32. You know what it is. Tell us what you think about them. Tell us what you think your top 10 looks like. Like I said, we get a community poll. We'll put that in there and even weight it just like we do the other 3. But Donk Nation, it's time to let you know, I am the Viking Donkey. That's Viking_Donkey on Twitch and Twitter. Your daily dose of Donkey with Ginger's YouTube channel. Leave us a comment, like, follow, hit the little bell so you get the notifications and you get this great content. Let me know what you think about the Power Rankings. If there's something else you'd like added on to put a little spice in the Power Rankings. I try my best to give you one quick factoid about every team. But hey, I enjoy giving you it. But Donk Nation, Steeler Nation, it's that time to let you know. Tune in to Steelers Talk this week. It's going to be fun. But hey, wave them if you got them. Here we go.